Alright, what's up guys? The point of this video is to be raw and authentic. I've never done a day in the life before, so I figured now would be a good time. It's a very weird time in my life, and I just think it would be interesting and beneficial for me to show you guys. A lot of people probably look at me and assume that being an influencer, I've kind of got like the dream life. I absolutely have an amazing life, but it's definitely a lot different than I think the life that a lot of other influencers or content creators show. So I just thought it'd be interesting to kind of show you guys, especially because I'm putting a really big emphasis right now on living very well below my means. So, I'm running a pretty successful business and I'm 26, but if you were to look at my life, you would probably not expect that. A lot of people my age are settling down, getting married, buying houses. We're trying to, even starting families, and I am still out here chasing the dream. And very, well, I wouldn't say very happy, but happy to forego a lot of those kind of like luxuries right now in the pursuit of, building something great. And just kind of wanted to give you guys a little insight as to what that's like, and also for myself, kind of have a record of it so that I can look back on it. So. From a skill set standpoint, proximity standpoint, like trust standpoint, all that kind of stuff. So I obviously want, like I said before, I want to make it work with you. But again, like if it's not, what you want, then I understand. But if making it full time so that you don't have invisible fence to like conflict, if that helps, then that might be worth it. So in a lot of these day of the life videos that, well, I don't actually watch YouTube, I don't have time, but that I have watched in the past, these people are getting up at like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I think that's great, and that's what I'm trying to work toward. I got up at 9 a.m. this morning, and that's definitely not the latest that I've gotten up. So I'm not suggesting you do that, but like I said, this video is about being authentic, and I was up late last night working until like midnight shortly after. And that's been a habit that I've been getting into recently, which I'm trying to move toward getting up earlier, but so we got up around 9. It's about 10 o'clock now, and I just had a phone call that took me a while, but usually I wake up and drink coffee, take my vitamins and supplements. Transparent Lab, code Evan. Joint support, D3, NAC, N-acetylcysteine, multi, and curcumin, and then I'll take like some fish oil too. And then I get right to work. I just sit down in front of my laptop and get buzzing. Okay, so this is my office. You don't need anything fancy. I'm a big subscriber of a lot of Alex Hormozi's philosophies, if you're familiar with who he is. He's kind of like a big business content creator, and he's really big on like, focus on the stuff that actually matters, which is like basically just doing the work. And as much as it's nice to have like a bougie office and, cool aesthetic setup and everything, that costs money, and the time that I spend setting that up, is taken away from time I could just be working on stuff that really matters, that actually drives the business, things like that. So that's kind of what I tell myself to make myself feel a little bit better about this situation. But this is probably the most ghetto office you have ever seen for somebody who's a reasonably successful entrepreneur or business owner. I got this desk off Facebook Marketplace for free, and it looks like it has an illness. I don't know what all that is, but definitely not the coolest desk. That was one of our more rough days. This is my office chair, which is patio furniture with a patio cushion and then a cushion from the living room, because if I sit on this chair for too long without that, my ass gets sore. And I didn't even really explain this yet, but like the house that we're living in right now is Josh, my video guy's relative's house. They're away and they asked us to house sit for them. So I'm not even living in a place that I can really call my own. And so that's why my office is in their master bedroom, which as you can see is an absolute gong show. But I am able to, all I need is my phone and a laptop and internet connection, and then, you know, chargers. I got a little microphone here when I do my voiceovers for content. I got a ring light there. But yeah, we're keeping it humble. We're keeping it bare bones. I'm still driving that hunk of shit. I am a big subscriber to living well below your means, like I said. Of course, I like nice things, but right now it's just the season of my life where, like, you know, I don't have really even time to kind of focus on that kind of stuff, and this is getting the job done, and that's what matters, and I just need to focus on getting the job done until I get to a point where I can kind of take a step back and actually kind of regroup, take my foot off the gas kind of thing. So yeah, just this is where the magic happens, if we'll call it that. And again, like I said, the whole point of this video is to be raw and authentic, and I just kind of wanted to show you guys, like, you might think, like a lot of other content creators or influencers, I don't like that term, but it's reasonably applicable, that, like, you know, my life is bougie and aesthetic and cool and all that kind of shit. And I very much enjoy my life, and like I said, I'm very grateful for where it is, but this is probably a little different than what a lot of people expected. So I just kind of wanted to, you know, show you guys. Now I'm just gonna get some work done before I eat breakfast in probably an hour or so. All right, so it's 2 o'clock now. Just put in a shift of work this morning, getting back to clients, you know, getting back to potential clients who are interested in coaching, stuff like that, making some content, posting content. I was on the phone with fucking trying to get car insurance for an hour, so that was awesome. But yeah, I'm going to go for a walk, eat my pre-workout meal, head to the gym. I like to go for a walk in the morning just because I am still trying to get my steps, and it helps kind of break the workout. Before I do that, though, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to kind of show you guys, like, this is my room right now, which is, you know, I'm supposed to be kind of like a grown man. I'm 26, and this is the room I've been sleeping in for the last 5 months, roughly. So yeah, I mean, I should make a point of saying I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity that I've had to essentially live rent-free for the last couple of months in return for house sitting, as I said. But it's just kind of funny, you know what I mean? Like, I've got just a bunch of random shit in this room, and it's not exactly how I'd probably have my room decorated if it were mine. But yeah, another thing too, like, my bed's not made, you know, like, this isn't the aesthetic life that I think a lot of other people like to show on social media. So anyway, I'm gonna go to walk and eat my pre-meal, and then we're gonna go train some back and triceps.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so some of you guys know I'm dealing with a bunch of nagging little injuries right now, kind of like some tennis elbows pain, some biceps insertion pain on both arms, right shoulder pain, left hamstring pain, both knee pain, both Achilles. I'm fucked up. And now my elbows, like my tricep tendons, are starting to act up. So I'm doing heavy reps, so like I'm in the like 5 to 7 rep range with this exercise, but I am purposely slowing down my concentric so that it's like 3+ seconds, and then purposely slowing down my eccentric so it's like 3+ seconds. So with a slow tempo, I'm doing quote unquote heavy weight. And that's because tendons respond well from a rehabilitation standpoint to slower tempo, but heavier loading. So I'm doing this right now to try and just kind of like, you know, kick my tricep tendons in the ass a little bit, get them feeling a little bit better. The other thing too is if crossbody extensions where your arm is kind of out here, as I have talked about in the past, are like, it's a good tricep exercise. If that bothers your elbow and or shoulder, you can still sometimes just bringing your arm in and doing like more of a vertical. So like doing more like this, like a standard push down rather than with your arm kind of out to the side.
sometimes that small change in shoulder position can be enough to fix any shoulder or elbow pain you might be having, because sometimes crossbody can bother the AC joint and that can manifest as elbow pain. So just a quick tip, if you are finding you're having some elbow pain with crossbody, you can try just more of a standard push down. And if that alone doesn't fix the problem, then you can try, like I said, loading heavily, but doing slow concentrics. So now we're gonna move on to some back stuff. So as I was saying earlier, I'm still dealing with a lot of injuries, and I was just saying to Josh how like, it's such a shame. I've been injured in a way that has prevented me from training hard since like probably March this year. And originally it was my shoulder, and then it was my elbow, and then it was my knees, and then I tore my hamstring, and then this elbow started acting up, and then this shoulder got bad again. Anyway, the whole point is that I haven't been training as kind of hard as I could be for several months now, almost a full year. And I've just kind of, as you guys know, like been doing a cut. And so I am happy with kind of how I look, and like I think I look okay, but compared to like how good I could have looked if I hadn't lost a lot of muscle. And I'm still dealing with these injuries, so I'm still trying to deal with them naturally, but I'm getting this close to taking the BPC route. I didn't want to take BPC because I do want to leave the option open to competing in like a natural competition, a natural bodybuilding show at some point in the future. And if you take BPC, you're not allowed to do that. And then of course, we also don't have long-term conclusive data in humans on the safety of BPC. I think it's pretty unlikely that BPC is bad for you, but still it's just something to be aware of, that like it's not guaranteed safe. But I'm getting closer and closer to just saying, fuck it, like this is detracting from my quality of life. Obviously training is a huge part of my life, and like I know that it's most likely gonna be super, super effective. So anyway, I've had a couple people ask me about why I haven't taken BPC yet, and that's why, and I'm still trying to deal with it naturally, but it's a possibility.
All right, so workout's done. Back home from the gym. You know, spent a little bit of extra time at the gym because we were kind of working through some business conversations. Anyway, just gonna eat meal number 3 and then grab a shower and sit back at the desk and get to work. It is 6:30, so you know I usually work till about 11:30, so we've got 5 more hours of productive time minus eating and showering. So I still got some content to make today and then other admin tasks. So yeah, we'll be back to sitting at the desk. Goodness gracious, buddy. Okay, well, it is 10 after midnight, and I just worked until, I don't know, 11:30, and then I did 2 laps around the neighborhood to get my steps in, the rest of my steps in for the day, and then I had my smoothie, and now it's bedtime, And I'm going to get up tomorrow morning, hopefully earlier tomorrow morning, and do it all over again. Ain't that the dream? I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next one.